Hi everyone, this is Josh Culp. We are learning Daf Lammed Heh of Masechet Gittin, and I wanted to talk about the Mishnah that appears on this daf, which begins Ein Amana Nifrat Minichsei Yitomim Ela B'Shvua. A widow can recover the debt of her ketubah that she's owed from her dead husband from the property of the orphans, but only she has to take a shvuah, an oath. The oath would be that she had not already collected her ketubah. And as the Gemara points out, this oath is applicable to anybody who is coming to collect from orphans. Orphans don't know. Maybe the person whose debt, they've inherited a debt from their parents, assumably their father, and they might not know if the debt had been paid off or not. And so the one collecting the debt, the creditor, has to, which in this case the woman, has to take an oath that she had not yet received her ketubah, and now she can collect it. Now, the takana, the tikkun olam, comes in the second half of this Mishnah. Nimneu mira hashbiyah. The court was beginning to refrain from administering this oath. And Rabban Gamliel Hazaken, the older Rabban Gamliel, who lived in the time of the temple, made a takana, an enactment, that she could take an oath, a vow, a neder, to the orphans, and she could collect her ketubah based on that neder. So the question is, based on that vow, the question is, why did the court refuse to administer this oath? And how did the takana of Rabban Gamliel that she should take a vow, how did that remedy the situation? So I want to offer three different perushim, one based on the Bavli, one based on the Yerushalmi, and one I think that could be the Pshat. The first perush is based on the Bavli, that the court did not want to administer shvuot, oaths, which I'll translate as oaths, because of the severity of the punishment for breaking an oath. They feared that this woman is lying. The consequences for lying under oath might not just be for her, they might be for her offspring as well. And to protect her offspring and to protect her against herself, the court refused to administer this oath, which of course the problem was now she can't collect her ketubah, which we read about in the Gemara. The Yerushalmi has a different reason. Based on the first reason, a neder would have a lesser punishment. And since it has lesser punishment, the court did not mind having her take a neder, a vow. The second perush, which I think is probably a little bit more in line with the Pshat, is from the Yerushalmi, and that is women were casual about taking oaths, about taking shvuot, and they would break their oaths. But they didn't want to break the neder, probably because the neder, under general circumstances, seems to have a greater punishment, unlike what the Bavli seems to think, and therefore the Rabban Gamliel Hazaken changed it from a court-administered oath, a shvuah, to a neder to act as a greater deterrent to the widow lying. The third perush, which is a little bit closer to the perush of the Yerushalmi, is that the issue here is the court did not want to be involved. The court suborning perjury is a problem. If the court's asked her to take an oath and they're not sure she's going to tell the truth, then the court might get punished for the fact that they forced a person to take an oath that is false. And of course, that's a problem for the court. A neder, a vow, is something taken more individually. It's not administered by another agent. And therefore, if she decides to break the vow, well, that's her problem. And it's not really going to cause damage to the court. And it'll have the same effect of being a deterrent to lying. However you want to interpret this Mishnah, you have to explain why the court refused to administer the oath and why the neder, the vow that Rabban Gamliel instituted, was a better alternative. And those are three different possibilities that I outlined for you here.